I have seen a divide in the town in the past few weeks. Yes, we all have opinions, but I think we can all agree on one thing. We do not want an iPass centre full of unvetted men in our town. I myself have 2 young daughters that attend our local schools, and as a concerned parent, it scares me that this is down to a decision of a planner.
So from 2019 to 2024, there was an increase in PPS numbers of just under 1 million. Now, that doesn't include the children. The number of children that was born between 2019 and 2024 was 338,000. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that there's going to be, in parts of Dublin by 2030, and I would open people online to criticise me with my numbers here, and I hope I'm wrong, but I did them a few times and I'm coming back with the same result every time. On the suburbs of Dublin, parts of Dublin, the Irish people will become an ethnic minority, and by 2050, right across the country, our people will become an ethnic minority if the current trends continue.
There's millions being made from this racket on the back of the misery of local communities and residents of these centres. 1.2 billion was spent last year on these accommodation centres. We are aghast at a 2 billion spend on the Children's Hospital, but at least we'll have a hospital at the end of it. What is the end goal of this system? A select few of millionaire iPass oligarchs and young men crammed into factories? The reason I declined the offer is because I felt it was not right or beneficial for our community. And it's not right or beneficial for this community or any community.
So from 2019 to 2024, there was an increase in PPS numbers of just under 1 million. Now, that doesn't include the children. The number of children that was born between 2019 and 2024 was 338,000. Okay, so what does that mean? That means that there's going to be, in parts of Dublin by 2030, and I would open people online to criticise me with my numbers here, and I hope I'm wrong, but I did them a few times and I'm coming back with the same result every time. On the suburbs of Dublin, parts of Dublin, the Irish people will become an ethnic minority, and by 2050, right across the country, our people will become an ethnic minority if the current trends continue.
Of new laws that have been railroaded to set up these centres all over Ireland is criminal, and the greedy companies making huge profits are laughing all the way to the banks. One sector close to my heart who is not laughing is the family with children who have additional needs. Our daughter, who is almost 10, has never received any adequate intervention by the state, which has now caused irreversible behaviours. We as parents who have become self-taught professionals regarding the care of our daughter, we fight every day for her basic human rights, which includes a school place, therapy, services. We have been promised year after year the whole system would change. I'm sure they're working on that. Or maybe they're not, because they're too busy spending billions on their precious emigration agenda.
Our councillors that have been there, whether you like them or whether you don't, we're all working together to focus to the thing that what Maeve just said, that Trim says no to the iPass centres. We got a result in 28 Oak Tree there the other day. I don't consider that any kind of a victory at all. I would consider the abolishment of Section 5 a victory, and direct democracy back into this country to let the people decide what we want to decide, which is best for this country. Would you agree, folks?
Yes. Large groups of men roaming the streets, whether they are from Ireland or elsewhere, is intimidating. I know myself when I'm walking with my kids that I'll cross the street if I see a bunch of teenagers or group of young men to avoid any chance of aggression. And whether it's PC or not to say, we are all fully aware that when there are hundreds of young men lying around with nothing to do, they will be wandering the streets, drinking, smoking and looking for women. And to these communities, those women are their wives, sisters, mothers and daughters, hence the fear. The government have created an exemption loophole in the planning system to bypass objections and fast-track these centres, while local people are refused planning permission to build homes on their own land.
There's 15,000 Irish people homeless every night of the year in this country, but not a thing done about it. Yet when these iPass applicants appear, money comes out of nowhere, like that. The government just have this money magically to give to their own mates, to house in their own little projects around the place, and it's not right. There's 600,000 people in this country sleeping on couches and sleeping with their mothers and sleeping in their own family homes until they're 45 and 50 years of age because they'll never get a mortgage. That's not right. And yet by the same token, the minute these iPass people turn up, boom, money for jam, 110 quid a night, 180 people supposed to be going up here behind Lossies and 300 below in the Oak Tree. So you have to ask the question, what's behind all this? The answer is money. The answer is greed. The answer is corruption.
300. That's where power, money and greed comes in. Somebody is lying. It stinks of corruption. It's a bank holiday weekend. Keep sending in your questions. Keep sending in your reports. Watch what's going on up in Fair Green, because that is a concern. But 29 Oak Tree has been reopened tonight. And if someone is doing something they shouldn't be doing, like trying to bring 300 unvetted people into our town, we will put a stop to it, us and you.
Well, I have 2 teenage girls and their safety and everybody else's, of course, but my own, you know what I mean? And there's old people around the town too, walking around the town every day, I'm sure, and you don't know who's going to bump into them. Do you know what I mean? These people are not vetted and they're robbing them, do you know what I mean? It's not on. So Ireland is gone.
Well, our tourists coming in here, they want to see Trim, they want to see Braveheart. There should be focus on our tourism and get rid of this thing of iPass. It should be stopped, full stop. And our politicians, Peadar Tóibín, where are you? Get your ass down here and speak with the people that voted you in and trusted you to look after your own. You weren't behind them coming door to door looking for votes. So now stand by the people that voted for you.
Walk up Moore Street any day of the week and you have to look for a white person. I'm not being racist, but you have to look. Like there's gangs, and they're all men. Gangs of 15, 20 men in each corner outside every shop. And it's just, Ireland is gone unless we do something about it.
Well, and the people of Trim would want to wake up quick and fast before there's an influx in here, unknown to us, until we walk out the door and say, oh Jesus, didn't see them around here before. Because that's what's going to happen. And they could be here over the weekend.